Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy.
Seriously.
I already know what one says.
Look at that. Look at that rainbow. I drew it.
I started to do mine, and I was like, I gave up. All right, guys, this is the thanks for listening to another episode of last week. We blame COVID at this point. Just blame COVID at this point. We were going to all get settled and go in and have our quick recording sesh with Craig and Corey for fantasy football, give you guys the last minute pickups, drops, this and that. We decided that our health was more important. So, we had our own scare. None of us had COVID, but it's just a good excuse to have. But now we're back. Week 6, ready to roll, ready to rock. You ready to roll, guys?
Always.
It's time.
It's time. All right. So real quick, out of my 7 leagues, undefeated last week. So I was crushing every single game. Felt amazing. My picks, not so much. My picks were bad. I picked the Bengals. I thought the Bengals were going to upset the Ravens. That was the stupidest move of the year.
Yeah, we see your picks now.
It's like 0 for 3 in pick 'em, right?
you know we're in there now.
In what?
In Matt's pick'em, we see your picks.
Oh, you guys are?
Yeah, we got in.
Oh, you're in Pugsley's,
Yeah,
huh? I was leading the league. Now I'm not.
That's why I made that comment. Like, who picks this team?
Oh, that was you? Oh, gosh. That's good. Now it makes sense. I forgot. Shout out Pugsley. All right, so week 6. We'll start with the must starts. Who do you guys got for the must starts for week 6? Craig's got stuff written down.
Go ahead. I know who yours is.
Must start. See, he's right here. Mike Davis.
Let me check notes real quick. Here it is. Mike Davis. You're just you're on the Mike Davis train right now.
No, I am.
It
I
hasn't failed yet.
It
am.
has not.
Hasn't. Go back to week 3. Listen to what I said.
Will Christian McCaffrey have a job when he gets back?
I don't know.
He's going to come back. He's still going to say it, even though he's not going to get touches. Mike Davis is still the man.
I'm telling you. Yeah, he's crushing it right now. And he's winning. Is he winning you a fantasy league?
He has gotten me points that I would not have rather had. Doesn't mean he's winning.
You're not losing as much.
Yes.
It was close last week in your league.
True.
Because of him.
Shut up.
But you lost. What's your record right now?
In that league?
Yeah.
Not very good.
Not very good. Okay. All right. Corey?
I'm going to go with Myles Gaskin.
Against the New York Jets.
Against the Jets.
Defense.
The Jets defense is 30th in preventing points to running backs, so I'm going with him.
I like that. You're a big Husky fan too, so that's huge for you.
He's going to do good.
Are you a Husky fan?
Sure.
What's your college team?
I don't have one.
All right.
We used to pick players, and we used to make bets off college players of who we liked, and that was about it.
So I'm gonna go with, even though they're on a bye week, I'm gonna go with DK Metcalf. He's gonna get you some points. I don't know how
you can't take him out.
He'll show up on Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to somebody about him earlier today, and the good comparison was to Terrell Owens.
That's what someone said.
Yeah, I was like, that's a good comparison.
Yeah,
he's got a big, fast guy.
Big dude. They were saying Calvin Johnson, but then they're like, well, Calvin Johnson was more Megatron, would just go in and produce, but you've got the swagger that T.O. has. I hope he's not going to be a head case. Like, I hope he's not going to become a Antonio Brown, even a T.O. a little bit too. I just would like to see just a guy just go out there, have some confidence, and catch some balls and catch some touchdowns.
I think we'll see a couple years. It'll take a couple years of him being that good before he decides if he wants to be that way.
Who he wants to be. Yeah. I know. So my must start, honestly, I drafted Deshaun Watson for a reason, and he just hasn't been doing it for me. But I think this is the week that he does it. He's going up against Pittsburgh or Cleveland? Tennessee. That's what I'm going for. Tennessee. That's right. My must start obviously would be Derrick Henry, but I'm not going to do that. It's too obvious. Tennessee. That's right. Tennessee. They're like 24th in pass defense. So I think Deshaun's got some great targets right now. He's got Cobb. He's got Cooks. Cooks really had a great game this last game. And then he also has Will Fuller. And Will Fuller, he whether it's like 3 or 4 bang plays from Will Fuller, he's going to get you points too. So I think Deshaun Watson is going to start showing up now. almost like the preseason's now over. We're into week 2 in a sense, week 6. So I'm going with Deshaun. Must start. And by the way, does it seem like every player is questionable right now? Like you go, I mean,
every game's questionable.
It's so hard right now with all the questionables. Melvin Gordon just screwed it for me. I've been hanging on by a thread with my running backs, and he is now probably going to get disciplined. I hope it's not this week, though. Did you hear about his DUI?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's out celebrating.
Yeah,
Having a good time.
Going 35 and a 25 or something like that. Like when I saw that, I was like, dude, how bad was this? He got pulled over for speeding and DUI. 35 and a 25?
And he had a couple of red wines or something.
Who are you avoiding? Who are you avoiding right now?
Let's say who I'm avoiding.
Besides Dak Prescott.
Yes. Is probably hot on a lot of people's waiver pickup this week. Fulgham, the wide receiver for the Eagles.
He's avoiding the eagle.
Yes.
Wow.
I will tell you this right now. I think I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but hot off the waiver wire, I don't start him this
Because
week.
his name's Travis, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a good name, actually. I'm just going to go by names and just draft people.
So I got a quick 3 benches, and my bench of the week is almost going to be drop of the week because these guys, you can almost just drop them because they're done. Number 1 is AJ Green. He's got a bad hamstring again. Other wide receivers are taking over. You can just drop him. T.Y. Hilton's the same way. His QB has a noodle arm, and that's coming from a Colts fan. And there's the wideouts in Indy only have 1 touchdown through this entire season so far for a wideout. So I dropped him in the league. And Carson Ginger Wentz, you can probably drop him. He's just horrible. He plays the Ravens this week. He's just a loser.
He might get benched.
My drop, or my bench don't drop him, but bench would be Le'Veon Bell. No. Would
Start for the Chiefs this week.
Maybe he doesn't know the playbook.
There's no way. There's no way. Joe Mixon. I want this guy to succeed, but he's going against the Colts, the 3rd-ranked rushing defense. I want to just see Joe Burrow do well. That's never going to happen. AJ Green is, like you said, he's hurt. He's out. I think John Ross, 2 weeks ago, he was a healthy non-suit.
He scratched him.
You scratched him right there. And you got T. Higgins, who's like a rookie. It's just like the Bengals are relying on Joe Mixon and Giovanni Bernard as well. I want Joe Mixon to do well. I just don't think he's going to do well. So please don't start him. Did anyone disagree or agree with that?
I 100% agree. He screwed me last week.
He did screw Craig last week.
And of course, you got the big Colts defense you're feeling pretty good about. Are you surprised by the Colts defense right now?
Yes and no. He builds from the defensive line and the offensive line out. That's as a GM. And so seeing who he's signed and what he's done, I mean, I'm surprised how good the back end's been because we have no name corners, but it's been a nice surprise back on the back end.
That's good. Who are you guys? Who's the sleeper pick? Who you guys grabbing off the waiver wire if they're still available?
Well, Cook's not playing, so I'd play Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tight end for.
You're talking about the running back?
Running back. Oh, Dalvin Cook. So,
Yeah.
I think
Dalvin Cook's going to be out.
I was going to say, I think Jared Cook's got a bye this week. I was thinking of him.
Oh, no,
But,
my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So let Dalvin Cook. He is not available. If you didn't know that.
And a lot of people, might have him handcuffed. I know
Right.
the one league, Madison, he already had him handcuffed. But yeah, he'll get the start because they have a bye week after this week, so there's no reason to play Cook
Right at all
and risk him. So
but Minnesota's playing against
Atlanta.
So that's gonna their defense is so shot right now. It's so bad. It is so bad. Hey hun, bye hun.
Bye. Jacqueline's sleeping.
Okay, cool. All right. So they're so shot. Who's your sleeper pick?
So the one you can pick up and play right now is if you need a defense, you can pick up Miami's defense right now playing the Jets.
The Jets.
They have 11 sacks and 4 interceptions the last 3 games. They have no Bell. Flacco's starting. Gase is calling plays against them.
Yeah.
They should be good.
Yeah.
The other one is Tim Patrick, the receiver for Denver. I'd pick him up and just stash him right now and see what he does. But he's 6'4". He's a big dude. And other than Judy right now, with Sutton out for the year, somebody else got to catch passes. So I'd stash him, pick him up, and see what happens.
Very good. Very good. For me, my sleeper, if he's still available, I know this sounds like I wouldn't start him. Well, I would grab Phillip Lindsay. If you don't have Phillip Lindsay, grab Phillip Lindsay just in case that Melvin Gordon does get some sort of disciplinary action. It may not be this week. It might be next week. It might be the week after. At some point, because Denver already had their bye week, I want to say, when didn't they get flexed one game? Weren't they one of the first ones to get flexed against the...
Was that the Patriots game that got moved?
Patriots, yeah. I want to say I want to say they burned their... Maybe they didn't, but...
I think it was last week's game that got moved to this week.
I would also grab Mark Ingram. I don't think Mark Ingram... People are dropping Mark Ingram. They're not even starting him. But I think Mark Ingram, if you can see him on the waiver wire, I know in a few leagues he's actually on my waiver wire. I would grab him because I think they're playing against the
the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, it's like, so who is it? It's
Shut up.
Oh, the Eagles. That's right. I was going to say the Eagles right now are just hurting right now. So I would definitely look to start any sort of Raven.
That leads me into the next question. I got a real quick question for you guys because I'm a homer. Mm-hmm. So if people are out there and they have them, I want to get your guys' opinion. What the hell do you do if you have Zach Ertz? What do you do? Because I have him and I'm a homer. I want to see him play. But are you guys playing him?
So I don't think your trade value is anything right now that you're going to get his worth. You almost have to hold right now. On him and just see what happens. And if you don't have anybody else at tight end, you have to play him. And who else should be catching? But I don't understand how he's not catching anything. Who else is there for you to throw to?
Yeah, no. Wentz, I wouldn't have any sort of receiver at all on the Eagles at this point. I'm sorry. Wentz is just not getting it done.
It almost feels like he's hurt or there's something else going on with him.
Yeah,
to not have the production.
I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know. He just is bad.
Goddard outplayed him the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's another one that I would do. If you have Goddard on your waiver wire and you have an IR spot, pick him up and throw him in your IR spot and just hold on to him because he's supposed to come back eventually.
Yeah.
So
my question then for you guys is Andy Dalton. Is he? Are you picking him up? Are you stashing him?
Well, I don't play any Cowboys, so...
Okay, but you got Amari Cooper, you've got Gallup, you've got Zeke, you've got even Pollard, you've got a good group and even a good offensive line. And I don't think that the Bengals, they're not known for being a good offensive line in the past. So Dalton actually may have some weapons around him.
I think Dalton has all the weapons. The problem with Dalton is he's more of a game manager than Dak was. Dak will take his shots more than you're going to see probably with Dalton. And the offensive line of the Cowboys is actually pretty banged up. I think their left tackle's out for the year now. They just announced the center retired. Like, there's a lot of guys out. And I think you can pick Dalton up. I wouldn't expect it to be what Dak was. No. But if you're hurting a QB, like, grab him, throw him on your bench and see what happens. Because he's got weapons around him, and they're going to have to do something. They're going to be down in games, so he's going to have to throw.
I like that. We got a couple minutes left. Who's your survivor pick? Who are you guys? Even though I think we're all out of it at this point, who's your survivor pick?
I don't believe I'm out.
Yeah. Okay. Am I lost?
Maybe you're the only one.
I'm still out.
Somebody lost twice in a row, I think.
No, usually I go. I take kind of a iffy one, but I'm gonna go ahead and do KC over Buffalo this week. I think after a loss, KC comes back and just destroys Buffalo.
That is a scary survivor pick.
That's scary, but I agree with it because I can't see the Chiefs losing 2 in a row. And I would take the Dolphins over the Jets, even though it feels like such a trap game now that
it's so bad.
It's such a trap game.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna have someone go off. You could have someone really go off.
Like Joe Flacco might throw 5 touchdowns and prove me wrong, but I'm taking the Dolphins.
I'm taking Miami. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I was gonna do the opposite. I'm telling you, it has to happen. You have a terrible defense, but you have an offense. The Falcons have got to win a game. I do not see them losing this game.
Did you pick them in your pick 'em?
I don't think I did.
Did you?
Let's see.
You know what? I think I might have.
I took the Falcons in the pick 'em.
I think I might have.
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. I'm pulling it up. Did I pick them in the? Yes, I did. I picked them over
All
the
right.
Vikings. Yes. Yeah, they have to get a win, and they're playing Minnesota, who has a backup running back right now, who hasn't, they don't have Stephon Diggs like they used to have. Like, they've got some decent players, but man, I tell you, the Falcons with Gurley's playing a whole lot better than I thought Gurley was going to play. Matt Ryan was phenomenal the first couple weeks, and he's kind of petered off. And then you got Ridley. I think, is Julio out this week?
I don't know if it's been announced yet, but
Yeah. So anyway, that's my pick.
who you guys going to pick in that the Giants Washington game? I'm interested in who you take.
Giants, Washington. Go ahead if you got it.
I'm pretty sure I took
I
Giants.
picked Daniel Jones.
Did you take the Giants?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be my pick that nobody took the Giants.
I think the Giants' defense is actually a lot better than people give them credit for. Personally,
Oh yeah. No, here's the last thing, because this is our last thing. Are you factoring in these pick'ems home field advantage anymore, since their crowd's noise very little, like maybe a sparse outing of people attending?
I don't, unless it's sometimes travel back and forth does play. But this year we've seen that hasn't made a difference either.
Right.
So
Yeah, I feel like I don't, but it's always in the back of my mind when I look at it. I look at who the home team is anyway. Like, it's just from everywhere that was happening before. So, but yeah, there's not as much home field as it was.
Nice. Okay. Well, I hope that helped everybody figure things out. Maybe we confused you a little bit more, but hopefully we're helping. Let us know if we are helping, because we want to know if we won a game for you. We want to know if we lost a game for you. We want to know. We want to know either way. So thanks for listening, everyone, and go
Colts.
go Eagles.
go Hawks on the bye week.